What is up, Titans Nation? Welcome in to the 615. I am your host, Lee Hillis, and welcome in to the SeatGeek Studios. Before we dive into everything for tonight, we just have to give a quick shout out to our partners over at SeatGeek. You can use our code 615podcast. That is 615 PODCAST at checkout for $20 off your first order of $50 or more on SeatGeek.com or on the SeatGeek app. Well, Titans fans, let's bring in the man himself, TK.
What's up, brother? What's up?
Well, y'all see, we officially have a new look.
Absolutely. We're cranking up things a little bit.
we get a little fancy up in here.
Yeah, a little fancy.
But of course, TK is going to have to dip out here in a little bit for something personal. Not going to go into details, but
Thanks, brother.
But Cam Ward made his debut last Saturday night.
He did.
And Tyler, have you went back and looked at any of that game?
I have. I obviously missed it live. Tomorrow I'll be with my girl, so I got to figure out how to watch that. But yeah, I have. And honestly, like from what I saw, I mean, obviously everybody knows, but at this point, like the connection that he has with Calvin Ridley. I mean, Terrell of the Falcons is an $80 million cornerback. Just put it that way, contract-wise.
Yeah.
And he's straight cooking him. And as far as like his actual like debut, like obviously I want to see more. What was he, 5 for 8 for whatever?
67.
But he let it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And
Let a touchdown.
after those completions, he went. You know, and he led the touchdown drive. I don't know. I feel good about him. I really do. And I'm just glad we finally got to see what I said last time we were doing this is live bullets. And what I mean by that is like pads, game scenario, legit, not practice, not 7-on-7, full
Game.
everything. So yeah. What were your thoughts, Lee?
Well, I watched the whole drive, or I watched both drives live. The first series went 3 and out. Okay, that's expected for a rookie.
Absolutely.
But the way I look at it is, okay, you got shut down your first series. How do you handle it? And he answered that question. He came back out, went 5 for 6 on that second series. And 3 of those catches, 3 of those 5 receptions he had were to Calvin for 50 yards. And they were big chunks of yardage.
Lee, let me ask you the question because me and you have talked, off air about it and everything, and
yeah,
I think Calvin's a 12 to 1,300 yard receiver this year, if not more.
Oh,
and I know
definitely.
some people hear that and they're like, "Oh," but I mean, the connection is there. He didn't have that with Levis like he does with.
No, he did
Calvin.
not have that with.
Yeah.
He did not have that with William Donovan.
Yeah, I mean, think about it.
And-
Unfortunately, one of the best games that Calvin had was Mason was quarterback, and that was the Lions game, which we got demolished. But I'm just talking yards wise.
I went and looked at the depth chart. We have 4 players already on IR, and one of them being Will Levis, Traylon Burks, Anthony Orgy, former Vandy linebacker.
Yeah.
But to dive into Cam a little bit, like we've already been answered this question. How did
The nuts
he
and
look?
bolts, yeah.
But the backups, We're hot dog water. Tim Boyle, 4 for
Oh,
13 for 24 yards and 2 interceptions. He got
well,
cut
he's no
that very
longer
next week.
there.
But we have Trevor Simeon, who's familiar with the Titans.
Yeah, yeah,
Brandon Allen, who I think is the presumed backup this
yeah.
late in camp.
I mean, the thing is the only thing that scares me about and it's so early, it's the first preseason game, but like the thing that does scare me, honestly, is like I'm sitting here and I'm going, if Cam gets hurt, oh
We're in
shit.
trouble. We're in
Yeah,
trouble.
yeah, like what are we gonna do? You know?
But
Um,
a lot of people are talking, okay, Chestnut's the number 3 back. Well, this week he is because Spears is out for the next 3. Based on the
yeah,
depth chart, based on the depth chart you're fixing to see, Spears is out for 3 weeks. The guy who they have listed as the 3rd running back automatically moves into that number 2 spot. And it's Mullings out of Michigan.
yeah. I mean,
Chestnut's
7 for
Chestnut is the number
33,
4.
it's kind of, I mean, what
Yeah.
preseason is so tough, you know? And Chestnut's been like kind of like Kinsey has, like
The
past couple
MVP.
preseasons. Yeah, the Chestnut and Kinsey have like torn it up in the past, you know what I mean? But which
And
I'm yeah,
then
okay. So here's this is what I wanted to get into.
the receiving stats for this game. As I was talking, Calvin had 3 catches on 3 targets for 50 yards. Gunnar Helm, 1 for 16. Tajay, 1 for 13. The man who's buried on the depth chart in TJ Sheffield, 1 for 12. Bryce Oliver, 1 for 11. King Okonkwo, 1 for 10. Martin Robinson, 1 for 8. Chestnut, 1 for 8. Tyler Lockett and Josh Wiley, 1 for 7. And then DK, 1 for 6.
Yeah, I mean, this is your classic first preseason game. Like, you know, me and you were talking like outside of Ridley, I mean, every other receiver that caught something, it's literally one reception, you
Yeah,
know? Which I'm not, you know, like I said, first preseason game, like expect what
limited. Everything's
exactly.
limited.
Correct, yeah. So I think this week it'll show a lot. Callahan did come out and say that it's looking like this week it's going to be kind of some of the same. Cam's going to go out, I think, for 2 series, and that's going
Yeah,
to be it.
that's what I heard is that he's gonna
Now,
go out
yeah,
and play a series or 2, and
and I
then
mean,
you're going to have Brandon Allen and then Trevor Simeon.
yeah, and to be honest with you, Lee, like full transparency with everything, like I understand, like we know Cam's the guy, like I get that, but at the same time, like, are you on the same boat as me? Is like I kind of wish we'd give him a couple more series than just 2.
Yeah, I would like to see them do that, but the way I look at it is, yeah, you have to protect him, but you want to give him more chances to grow before this regular season gets here.
Yeah, no, I
But
get that.
but what I'm thinking is, okay, you're throwing him out there, just let him get his feet wet a couple series.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
really, in my opinion, that's really all he needs is just to go out and get some live game action before the regular season hits.
Yeah, and you know the thing that I think about is like, and I don't, and some people are talking about it, but I don't think people understand. Like our first game of the year up there at Mile High, um, that's a tough defense for Cam's first official regular season game to go against.
Well,
Um,
I feel like you're getting some of that from like Atlanta.
yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. Like me and Noah, who we've had on the pod, you know, the guy, you know, my buddy I
Yeah.
work with, you know, like we were talking today, and like people forget, like Atlanta's not a chump. Like Atlanta's not a bad team, you
Like
know.
they've been contending for that division the last
Absolutely,
the
yeah,
last 2 or 3 years.
100%, yeah.
And it always comes down to 2 or 3 games.
And I mean, I'm gonna be real. I mean, on the flip side of that, like I know it's obviously just a practice, but like we saw what he did last year in certain games. Like Penix might he's a good quarterback, man. He's a good
Did you
quarterback,
see,
dude. He
did you see what the media did to Michael Penix?
no, but I keep seeing the memes, so like I definitely want to hear about it.
They actually did that.
What did they do? Because I keep seeing memes about it, like on social media and stuff. Like, what did
So
they
you know
actually
how his
like do?
last name. So you know how his last name is Penix.
Yeah,
They took the S and or the X and replaced it with an S.
that's like my humor too. I'm so mad that I didn't
I'm like,
realize that's what it was.
what?
I really am a little upset about it, to be honest. I
But
wish I would have known.
the return game, special teams has looked fabulous and excellent this preseason.
Which can we say the fact that that just came out of your mouth versus last season is pretty crazy because we were probably the worst special team
Like,
last year.
look at the return. Look at the kick return numbers.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely.
A
I'm right there with you.
nobody in TJ Sheffield, 2 for 54. The rookie DK out of Florida, 1 for 32. Jaquan Jackson, who had a fumble problem last year, 1 for 23.
I got a feeling he
Landers.
might get cut, but yeah.
Landers, the guy from New England, 1 for 22. Prochet from Cleveland, 1 for 21.
Yeah.
But the number I want to see get cut down this week is that punt number.
I was about to say, yeah,
Four punts in a preseason game.
We got to
That's
stay
too
on the
much.
field longer than that. Like, come on, guys. You know?
And we need to give our defense a chance to rest because
I mean, it goes back to our backup quarterbacks. Just to be real, they're kind of
hot dog
booty
water.
cheeks. Yeah, dog water, man. Like, I mean,
And here's the numbers from last week.
all right. Sorry, I got to move so I can say okay.
They had 178 yards rushing on us last week. Tampa did.
Good
That is
God.
nauseating.
First downs, 20-11. Yeah, that's not good, dude.
And a lot of that was on our backups.
Yeah. Good God, 3 interceptions thrown. Like that's I mean, that's like you said, that's all backups. You know, that's all backup stuff. But it's just kind of ridiculous, man.
So
Like,
we're going into Atlanta. We've practiced against Atlanta the last 2 days. It's gotten very physical.
oh yeah, Brownlee and Simmons cleared the bench apparently.
And when I say there were haymakers thrown, no, not that bad, but it got heated.
Yeah.
But Brownlee, Ridley talking smack. Okay, Calvin Ridley, I love seeing your players talk smack, especially in preseason.
Absolutely.
That's the kind of aggressiveness that you want to see out of players, are those that are not afraid to talk smack.
Exactly. Absolutely.
But let's go and jump into the depth charts for both sides.
I really want to, the receiver.
Wait, what is going on? Why is it not showing? I have no clue why it is not showing. Hang on. I've got the screenshots of it. So I'm going to start with our side.
Okay.
So our number ones, it's Van Jefferson, Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett.
Yeah.
Then you go to Offensive line, Dan Moore, Peter Skoronski, Lloyd Cushenberry, who is back off of.
Thank God. I think people didn't realize how big of a miss that was last year
Well,
when we didn't have
if
him,
you go back and look, our offensive line played very well against Tampa.
Yeah.
And that was with Corey Levin at center.
I do love Levin, man. Just not only as a player, but as a person too.
And then Kevin Zeitler, J.C. Latham on that right side.
Yeah.
Zeitler, I feel like, is a big addition on this offensive line.
Yeah.
And then you have Chig as your starting tight end, Cam Ward, Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
Your number twos from wide receiver all the way down, A.O. Manor, Bryce Oliver, DK, John Ojukwu, Jackson Slater, the rookie out of Sac State, Corey Levin, Blake Hance, Jalen Duncan, who I'm surprised is still on this roster, Gunnar Helm, Brandon Allen, and as of this week, Tajay Spears, as we said, is down for 3 weeks. So it's going to be Khalil Mullings as your number two back.
Yeah.
Your third string, Proche, Jaquan Jackson, Xavier Restrepo, Udo, don't know who that is, Rubchick. You have Brendan James, Brandon Crenshaw Dixon, Martin Robinson, Trevor Simeon, and Julius Chestnut.
Yeah.
You have TJ Sheffield, Matt Landers, Mason Kinsey, Arlington Hambright, Josh Wiley.
Yeah, Mason didn't have any showing. And that's our guy, but he didn't have any showing on, the first game.
Yeah. But
which is rare because normally he has moments, but
Yeah.
But
starting defense. And this is as of let's just say this is as of week 1.
Yeah.
Sebastian Joseph Day, Tavondre Sweat, Jeffrey Simmons, Arden Key, James Williams, Cody Barton, Draymond Jones.
Yeah.
L'Jarius Sneed, Amani Hooker, Xavier Woods, Jarvis Brownlee, and Roger McCreary.
Yeah.
Your twos, Carlos Watkins, Timmy Horn, James Lynch, Oladejo, Cedric Gray, Curtis Jacobs, Jihad Ward.
Yeah.
Daryl Baker Jr., Kevin Winston Jr., Quandre Diggs, Marcus Harris, and Judy Lawley.
Yeah, I'm interested in that safety we drafted, Winston. I'm curious to see what.
So far, from what I'm hearing is he's had a good camp.
Yeah. He didn't practice today, though.
No, he did not. Philip Widely, don't know who that is. Isaiah Rakes, Cam Horsley, Jalen Harrell, Amari Burney, Hudson, Ollie Gay, Jalen Kimber, Julius Woods, Mike Brown, Jamari Harris, and Davion Ross.
Yeah.
And now you're basically getting to the nobodies.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah.
And then to Atlanta, Darnell Mooney, Drake London, Ray McLeod. Offensive line, Jake Matthews, Matthew Bergeron, Ryan Newsell, Chris Lindstrom, Caleb McGarry. At tight end, Kyle Pitts, Michael Penix, and Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
That's a scary starting lineup.
Hey, bud, I hate to do this. I gotta get into this meeting right now.
Okay.
So I gotta go. But hey, everybody, tighten up. We will be back, and normally it will be a full episode, but I got some things going on right now, so
yeah,
might be in and out for a little bit. But yes, I'm back full time, and you're gonna notice a lot of changes on the production that we have. So anyway,
guess who just came in at the perfect time?
There we go. Well, anyway, love you guys. Tighten up. I'll see y'all.
Well, there goes Tyler. But J Murph, well, I do not know what's going on with J Murph, but I will continue this lineup for Atlanta. Um, Casey Washington, Kadero Hodges, Jamal Agnew, Storm Norton, Elijah Wilkinson, Kyle Hinton, Jack Nelson, Kirk Cousins, and Tyler Algier. Those are the number twos for Atlanta. Well, I have no clue what just happened to J Murph. The number threes for Atlanta: DJ Chark, Chris Blair, Dylan Drummond, Tyrone Wheatley, Joshua Gray, Jake Hansen, Brandon Parker, Easton Stick, and Carlos Washington Jr. I'm just going to pull out a few names from this defense up for Atlanta. Rook or Rororo, who I was actually pretty high on coming out of, I think it was Clemson. The seasoned veteran Leonard Floyd, Jesse Bates, who has given us problems going back to his Cincinnati days, and AJ Terrell, who's also another really good corner. The number twos, Jalen Walker, James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee, Xavier Watts from Notre Dame, who I was pretty high on, and Billy Bowman, I think out of Oklahoma. And then basically, as I said, you're getting into the nobodies of the rosters. But there was some huge news that came out, not Titans related. But Isaiah Bond, former Texas wide receiver, has signed with the Cleveland Browns. That I'm like, okay, that is really shocking. But I have no clue what happened to J Murph. But he said, I forgot you were on Eastern time as well. Well, buddy, that is not a fun problem to have. But just to give y'all a little heads up, there is another podcast that I have started that you can find every Thursday night. Not tonight, but we will fully start going Thursdays next week. Just to give you a little heads up on what you can expect. The Aggie Audible will be going live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Or no, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, over on the Aggie Audible YouTube page. So that's something if you're interested in, because right now we are taking a tour around the SEC. So that's something, if you're interested in checking it out, do it. But Titans fans, And thank you, Jay Murph, who is the other counterpart to this whole thing. But Titans fans, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Oh, there's Atlantis. I don't know why my ones for the Titans did not save, but Titans fans, you do not have to go home, but you can't stay here. Stay classy and tighten up.
Tighten up! Let's get tightened up! Tightened up!